guys, today I'm filming my monthly makeup declutter, and I didn't end up filming one last month because I only had one product that I wanted to declutter, but now I've got some more. I've got 13, so I'm going to show you everything and give you the reasons why that I'm passing them on. And I have a lot of base products here. The first would be 2 primers that were given to me by friends, and I always feel so bad when I'm decluttering something that was given to me, but I do always find a new home for the products, which makes me feel really good being able to give someone something that I know is going to work for them, or I feel pretty confident that will work for them, I should say. So first primer is the Ciate Dewy Skin Vitamin C Glass Glow Primer. This is actually really nice. It does give a lot of hydration to the skin. It gives a really beautiful glow. This worked well under my powder foundation to help it adhere to the skin. I definitely feel like a really dewy or hydrating primer would work better than a gripping primer for powder foundation to make it go on evenly. But I just got way too oily with this, which is a bummer. If I did not have that full size Tarte base tape to use in the winter, I would keep this one, but I do, so I'm just going to pass this on. It's not for my skin type, but I think it's a really good product. This is probably the dewiest primer I've ever tried. Next is the One Size Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. I don't think this does anything. It does not super lock my makeup on. I do not think it is very pore filling. It makes your skin feel smooth overall, but I feel most primers do that. And it is a full size, so it's something that I would not want to take the time to use up when I don't notice much from it. And I felt like I had to use a decent amount of it. It has 1.2 ounces, but just doesn't do enough for me. So I'm going to pass it on. Next is a foundation that was in my year-long project pan, and I was kind of on the fence about both of them. I'm keeping the other one. I'm paying it right now and actually loving it a lot. But the times I've used this, I just have been like, eh. This is the Tarte Face Tape Foundation. I have the shade 12S Fair Sand, which really is my perfect match. It is fair and a neutral to yellow undertone. This does give full coverage. It has more of a natural finish, but while I am still a full coverage girl, sometimes I feel like it can be too much makeup, and that's how I feel about this sometimes. I feel like once I have everything set down, it looks good, it wears well, but I just have other foundations that I'd be more excited to use, and I use that foundation really slowly, so I'm just gonna pass it on because I only used up a tiny amount of that. Then, unfortunately, I have 4 concealers, and these first 2 my friend Jean gave to me. I had panned these last year. She was decluttering hers, and I liked the formula enough, so I told her to send them to me, and now I think that was silly of me. So Jean, I'm going to see if you want these back because they're really good products. I just, again, work through concealer so slowly, and I have several others in my stash that I want to use up. First is a Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Concealer in 03 Fair, a really good shade for me to brighten. This does have one of those large doe foot applicators. This, I would say, is like a full coverage concealer, more of a satin finish, wears really nicely. Then I have the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer in Swan. Judy and I actually bought these together. And this has a larger applicator as well. I ended up using this up as foundation because it comes with so much product and it looked stunning as a foundation, but I have enough foundations to use as foundation that I don't need to keep a second tube of this concealer to use it up in that way. I don't see why this was so raved about as a concealer before. I like Tarte Shape Tape better. I think that this has medium coverage where the Tarte has full. It does have more of a satin finish. This is nice, but it's too much product, which sounds silly. I think that'd be great for most people, but for me as a panner, I was so upset with how long it took me to use them up. So again, nothing is wrong with these necessarily. I like the Dose more than the Too Faced. I just should not have taken them from Jean. So again, Jean, I'm gonna be asking you if you want those back. And then I have 2 other concealer disappointments. This first one is the Kylie Skin Concealer. I have the lightest shade Pearl, which isn't actually as light on as it looks. It does have that flat paddle applicator that you guys know that I love, but I would say that this is like a medium coverage concealer, or like light to medium coverage concealer. Has like a natural finish, but it just doesn't cover enough for me. I feel like I can still see some of what I got going on, and I have like a little bit of blueness, a little bit of darkness, but not a ton, fortunately, and I still feel like I'm seeing it through here, and I just don't like the way that this looks on me. I don't feel like it gives enough coverage. It just shears out too much, so I'm going to pass this on. Luckily, I got that for free. Then this is a bummer as well. I did buy this, but I only had to pay for the price of shipping, so this was $5 or $6. The Benefit Boing Bright On Concealer in Nectarine, which is the lightest yellow tone shade. I really wish that I would have purchased this in maybe more of a peachy color to try to use it as a corrector under my eyes, but I did not enjoy the original Boing, not original, the concealer that came out before this, the Cakeless Creaseless Concealer. I didn't like it at all. I did think it creased. I didn't think it gave amazing coverage. I used that up as foundation just to get through it, and yeah, this has that flat paddle applicator that I love. This one's like extra flexible, which is fine, but this also does not give much coverage. When I blend it, it seems to shear out, so I do not enjoy that, and I could use it up probably pretty easily, but I'd rather at least offer it to friends first. Then sadly, I've got some Kaleidos highlighters. Now, Makeup with Marielle was kind enough to send these to me, and in my last declutter, I got rid of the blue one, and I tried both of these, and I just don't think I need them. I am gonna keep the pink one, which is Star Surfer, I think. That one's really pretty. But then the other one I have here is Mars Melter, which some of these have the same name, but the colors have changed. This was like the original highlighter release. And this one has a pink flip to it, but Star Surfer is just like a lighter white pink highlight, and I just think that looks prettier on my skin, so I'm gonna pass this one on. And then we have what I'm wearing today, which is Solar Sailor, and I thought that this was a nice golden yellow tone highlight, but it seems to complement my lid shade too much, which is a yellow green, and it just pulls a little too green on me. So I am just a boring girl, and I'm not into really fun highlights, but I know that I have some friends that would be really excited to get these. Next, I've got some palettes, and the first one is from ColourPop. This is Blush Crush, and I think that that's a really pretty matte shade. The shimmers in here are very pretty, but we have 3 mattes with glitter, which you guys know is my least favorite finish, the sequin finish, and 3 out of 9, I think that's awful. And then these 2 shades are too similar, so I would only end up using like 1/3 of the palette, which is not good enough for me. And then I have the ColourPop Garden Variety. Now, I ranked this pretty high in my monthly makeup ranking last month, and I think it's very beautiful. Again, we have 3 mattes with glitter. I love this brown color. I know, how boring, right? I love this brown, and I thought about depotting it, but I know that not often enough do I reach for my ColourPop palettes that I depot, and I have other shades I could swap in, but then I just don't like giving somebody something that is all mixed up. Oh, I miscounted. Here's a 4th matte with glitter. So if they did not have those shades, I would love this way more. I think that the colors are just beautiful. This one is super dumb. Like, that color is an odd depth, and it has all that freaking glitter in it. So yeah, it's a good palette besides that, but I just don't feel like I need it or would reach for it over some other palettes. But I think the color story is so cute. So I'm just bummed that ColourPop tried to play us with that crap sequin formula. Next, I want to give away a brand new Urban Decay Perversion mascara. This used to be my favorite years ago. I haven't used it in quite some time, but I have a lot of mascaras that I want to get through, and I know I have a friend that could enjoy that. And then unfortunately, I'm gonna pass this on as well. I have a lot of lip masks to use, and I just didn't see anything special from this. This is the Kaleidos Blue Agave Softening Lip Mask. I know a lot of people love it, including my friend Jean. This is a super thin consistency, thinner than you may think. I find it to be pretty slippery, not that hydrating. I wish it had like a little scent to it, and it just doesn't do enough. I actually way prefer the ColourPop lip mask, which I never thought, but the one from the Rudolph collection is so incredible. I use that almost every night, and this, just not the formula for me. Too thin and not hydrating enough. So guys, those are all the things I'm going to be decluttering this month. I think I have homes for everything, which always makes me feel good. I'm super fortunate to have people that I've met on YouTube and more people in my real life that I can give products to. Not everybody wants a collection as big as me, so people get tapped out after some point, but I am really happy to pass these things on and just have a few less products in my collection that I'm not absolutely in love with. But I hope you guys enjoyed this shorter video. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye, guys.